So, how many of you love having someone boss you around? Anyone? I know that most of us probably are saying, I don't like that. I mean, think about the kid on the playground that always seems to be telling everyone what to do. Or maybe it's a sibling who always seems to be bossing you around, even though you keep saying, You're not my parent, leave me alone. Or maybe it's just a friend, and your friend always seems to dictate what you're gonna play, how you're gonna play it, all the rules, and how everything's gonna go. And it just is annoying and frustrating. You see, as a kid, when we're born and we're a little baby, we need someone to take care of us. We need a boss. We need someone to boss us around, to tell us when to sleep, to tell us what to eat, right? That's what we need to survive. But as we get older, we start to change. We start to learn new skills, and something changes in our brain where all of a sudden we want to be more independent because we realize we can do things on our own. And that's actually awesome because that means we're developing in a healthy way. But God has designed people to be the boss over us. God has designed it to have authority figures placed over us because we're sinful people. And we naturally, sinfully will do things that hurt ourselves and hurt others. And so we need authority figures in our lives. And today, Andy shared this kind of challenging message for us that God actually calls us and says, by being citizens of heaven, you need to trust me and my plan, that I am so good and I am so sovereign, meaning I am king on this earth now, ruling over it now, so that I have actually allowed these authority figures to be over you, to be in charge of you, to boss you around. And if we trust that God is so good and sovereign, then our response is to submit to those authority figures placed in our lives. What does that mean? Listen to them, respect them, being respectful to them in how we talk and how we act, honoring them, listening. So think about it. Who are the authority figures in your life? Coaches, teachers, therapists, your principal, your parents. These are people who God has allowed to be in authority over you. And so we can trust God that He is in charge, even if we have disagreements with these people, even if we don't like how they are acting and the decisions they're making, we still trust God that God could be allowing this person to be in this position over you for a bigger plan and purpose that we don't see. Remember, we learned last week how God is patient. God is more patient than us. And so God could be placing this person there for a reason, for us, for other people, for them. So we still need to trust God in that. But Andy also talked about today an interesting idea that sometimes people in authority, just like the rest of us, are broken, messed up, sinful people and will do things that are against God. Will even maybe ask us to do something that we know is not according to what God is asking us to do. So what do we do? What do we do as students, as kids, as teenagers? What do we do when our authority figures are asking us to do something that feels clearly against God? Well, I want to share something really quick. I was thinking about in my house, does it help when people pester me or nag at me or just argue with me? Does it change my mind? Does it change my heart? No, it just often makes me defensive. It often creates more conflict, and I just feel like I'm being pestered over and over. So I think today we need to go back to who God is. God says He is God. He is the supreme ruler. He is king now. And so if we can trust that God is the one placing these authority figures in our lives, then we can also trust that God can be the one to change their hearts. Pestering isn't going to work. Pestering our authority figures till we get what we want, what we think is right, isn't going to work. But prayer is powerful. So instead of pestering the people into changing, let's go to God in prayer and ask our supreme sovereign God to change the hearts, to change the conversation. So sometimes we might need to stand up and have the conversation, but do it respectfully, honoring the authority figure. But if you don't know what else to do, if that conversation can't take place, if it seems really hard, what do? We go to God in prayer. Prayer is powerful. Pestering's not going to lead us anywhere. So today I encourage you, if you have a situation in your life, or if you come into a situation where this authority figure seems to be pushing you away from God or asking you to do something that just doesn't seem right, go to God in prayer, because prayer is powerful and we're tapping into the sovereign God who is King now. So think about that today as you guys continue in worship.